Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're listening to us from. This is Biafra Radio. Though we are not yet on the radio platform, but we are live on Facebook, we are live on Twitter, and we are live on YouTube. On Biafra Radio, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, on IPOB, UK Media, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and Alpha Power Media as well, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. You are welcome to today's program. Today, our topic, before we get to our topic, we must pray as it is our custom to do so. We must never forget to do that. It's our custom to always pray, as it has always been, as it is the custom of our leader, Mazi. Let us pray. Elohim, our Father in heaven, we worship you, for there is no one else like you. We thank you, for you alone is King and you alone is God. You are King of the whole universe, and you are God of all flesh, living and unliving. Creator of this whole world, we worship you. We acknowledge no one else but you. We bow before no one else but you. And right now we pray for all of our people all over the world. We pray for all of your faithful servants all those that have committed their hearts, their soul, their mind, and everything, their strength, their intellect, to the restoration of Biafra. We ask, oh Lord, that you keep these ones. Let them not be distracted. Let it desires of the enemies not get through to them, to make them weak, to make them draw back, because we do not draw back. We do not get weak in the heat of battle. We move forward. We keep our focus. We keep our gaze on the goal. Lord, I pray that you continue to keep this one strong. Keep their hearts strong. Let them not give up. Let them not say, oh, that one has given up. That one has given up. I'm alone. Give them the hearts to move forward even if they are alone. Strengthen each one of our people. And let all those that commit mischief in this movement, let them continue to drown until they have nothing else to say, until they have no lies to tell anymore. But let your children, let the children of light continue to move forward and upward and increase in strength and in wisdom. We pray for the land of Biafra. The land of Biafra has seen too many blood. The blood is enough. Let the land of Biafra see freedom. Oh Lord, we pray, let the land of Biafra see freedom. Let the people of Biafra see freedom once again. And as your scripture said, they shall no longer say that the Lord brought them out of Egypt, but they shall say that the Lord brought them out from the northern country. Let that be our testimony. Let that be the testimony of the children of Biafra. That at the end of the day, man shall not glory. Man shall not take the glory that belongs to the Creator. For Biafra is not the idea of man. Biafra is not the creation of man. Biafra is not like the creation of other nations. Biafra is not the creation of a king. Biafra is the creation of the Creator. For it is the desire of the Creator that at this point in time, we stand and demand for the restoration of Biafra. And because we have started, we must finish. Lord, all this we pray in the name of Yahweh. Chukwokika Biama, Samara, Osalubo, Ise, Mopa. We must continue. We must continue. Today is the 4th day of the month of November in the year of our Lord 2023. And today is a Saturday. Our topic for today says freedom is the medal. You know, our previous topic about 3 days ago was the race to freedom. The race to freedom. That was what we talked about. Today our topic is freedom is a medal. You know, when you get on a race, most of the time, the essence of such race is to win a medal. Okay? The essence of the race is to win a medal. Many of us have gotten into the race. The race to freedom started a long time ago before many of us were born. There is no man alive today that was among those that started the race to the freedom of Biafra. Because Ojukwu didn't start that race. There were those that fought the British before Ojukwu came, before even Ojukwu was born. There are those that stood against the British And they said, you will not take over our land. Our land belongs to the people. And we have never known bondage. But unfortunately, it happened. And Ojukwu had to rise when he did. Ojukwu had to rise. And Ojukwu did not complete the work. And after him, many others came. They did not complete the work. You and I are here to complete the work. Now I'm talking to Biafrans. I'm talking to IPOB. I am talking to everyone, every single one that has separated himself or herself for this freedom. You and I are here to finish. We are not here to start and drop. No. People that came before us, they started and they dropped. We are not here to start and drop. Mazi and Kanu did not start this movement to stop. Neither did I join this movement to stop. Neither did you join this movement to stop halfway. We didn't start to stop. We didn't start so that we are going to leave it for the next generation. No. The next generation is to come and see the result of our work and how far we have built Biafra. They're not supposed to come and begin to do the same work that we're doing. No! Cursed be this generation if we leave the work for the next generation. We cannot leave the work for the next generation. We cannot, and we should not. This work towards the restoration of Biafra is a responsibility that has been committed to our trust in this generation. If our fathers had finished, we would have been born into freedom. We would have been born into a nation of Biafra, competing with other nations of the world. But no, we're born into the bondage of Britain in the name of Nigeria. And that is why we are doing what we're doing. And this race to freedom is not just Biafra. There are other African nations, African peoples that have been fighting. Not many of them have been successful, even though some of them have their nations, but they're not successful. We didn't come so that we're going to have half bread. We did not start this for half bread. We came for the full loaf. We came for the full loaf, to have it all. And we must, because it is our desire to do so. There is nobody in this planet that can stop us, or even outside this planet, that can stop the restoration of Biafra. No one can. Why? Because when the people are determined to do a thing and they do not draw back, there is nothing that can stop them. Nothing that can stop them. Just like it was said in the scripture about those building the Tower of Babel that wanted to build to heaven. That story can as well be a myth, okay, but it is written. Now, it's not about whether the story is a myth or whether the story is real, but there is a message to it. In the scripture, it is said that the people speak one language. The people are one. And the people are determined. So because they are determined, that thing they have set their hearts to do, they will accomplish it. You know, when it looks very like impossible, most especially at that time, when that project was being carried, or the time where it was said that the project is being carried. As at that time, based on technology and all that, it sounded like, oh, those people were just daydreaming. The sky, even just the sky, is too far. You're talking about the heavens. You should understand that the sky is heaven, or should I say the beginning of the heavens. What we call space is what was known in ancient time as heaven. The space is heaven. Okay, so they wanted to get to space. So they felt they could build a house to get to space, have a building to get to space. Now, what was their account? Said that that thing that they have set in their hearts to do, that they will not, that thing they have set in their hearts to do, that they will surely accomplish it. So we should change their language. And that is why, if you notice, many people that have drifted away, they have changed their language. The language we used to speak when our leader was out and when our leader was always broadcasting, it's no longer the language that many speak today. Why? Because if they want to steal your vision, if they want to stop you from achieving your goal, they will change your language. And if you refuse to change your language, you become the enemy. If you refuse to change your language, you know, I have discovered that many people have made me their enemies. I will write a little thing on Facebook on my page, TARI NEMI page, and I'll see many people rushing there to insult me. I did them absolutely nothing apart from dedicating myself to the restoration of Biafra and saying the truth as I said. Okay, so some people will come there, say whatever they like. Sometimes when I have the time, I will respond to some. My responding to them on my page is because I feel for them. I don't respond because it makes me feel any less. What they are saying gets to me. No, it doesn't, because most of what they are saying is not true. Okay, so it doesn't get to me. But I feel like I owe them the duty to know the truth. But I stopped after a while because when I discovered that these ones are not interested in the truth. All they are interested in is blackmail. They just want to blackmail. They are not interested in the truth. So when I discovered that, I withdrew from responding to them. Okay, I used to respond. Sometimes I respond when I see somebody making speech, because see, my goal as it is, everything I've committed myself to is the restoration of Biafra. And it grieves me if I see, if I find a situation whereby I see people that are finding it difficult, or people that are being deceived or are being brainwashed to speak another language, to change their language, to speak another thing. And yes, of course, they feel they are right. So, but in certain situations, I know because their language have changed, one person has been lost to the goal. So it grieves me. So I try as much as possible to ensure that I try to guide. But most times, or most of the times, it has not worked. So that's not the issue. You know, in this movement, we did not come here to look for enemies. Okay? Because most of the people you meet in the movement, IPOB, most of the people, you never knew them before. You never had anything to do. They are not business partners or whatever. These are just people just like you, dedicated, that brought themselves out willingly. Okay? Willingly brought themselves out to restore Biafra, just as you. So, I personally, I don't think there is any good reason why I should make anybody my enemy. But if you tell a lie, I will say that you told a lie, because when you tell a lie, it will affect each and every one of us. Okay, so I will say that it's a lie. I will stand by the truth, because it is, our leader said that our weapon is the truth. Our weapon is the truth. Our weapon, you know, we are not fighting the zoo yet, except they push us to that extent. We are not yet fighting the zoo. ESN, the responsibility of ESN is to manage our forests in such a way that these terrorists will not be able to continue to kill innocent people. And kudos to ESN, they've been doing a great work. Okay, so we are not fighting the zoo. So what is our weapon? What is the weapon that we have against the zoo? The truth. The truth is our weapon. And you cannot begin to change the truth, to sit on top of the truth and begin to play around with the truth and begin to tell false stories because you want to project yourself and make some other person. You know, some people think that this is a competition for fame. You understand? Some people think it's a competition for fame. I've seen some people mock me. Oh, you have few followers on Facebook or this. You are African rep, a member of the DOS. You have few followers and all that. We are not here for fame. The people that followed me, I never paid any money for anybody to follow me. Okay, I never monetized my page. I never paid any money for anybody to follow me. So people that followed me on Facebook followed me because of the message that I preach, because of the things I write, and because of my broadcasts, because they love Biafra. So if it is two people that are willing to listen to me, to listen to the gospel that I preach, fine. And I'm saying this to encourage somebody somewhere. People should not be your inspiration. People should not be your inspiration. Even if you are the only one standing, you should stand. Why? Our leader needs you. Our leader is in a place where he cannot stand for himself, per se. This is the time where we need to stand for him. Because somebody is misbehaving does not mean that you should give up or that you should draw back. You understand? It does not mean that you should draw back. I remember some time back, there are some of my close kin. When I say close kin, I mean people that are some people that are in the IPOB movement. Some of these people, when they have noticed certain misbehavior of certain people that were not going fine, some of them pulled out silently. And they were talking to me. They said, these people are not serious. They don't want to move forward. Why don't you pull out? I laughed. I've been trying to get them to stand their feet and continue the movement. It's not all, okay? I'm just talking about those that actually discuss this with me. So I have been trying to push them and say, no, because one person is misbehaving does not mean that you should get discouraged. Okay? The goal is not about that individual. After all, before we all came, there are people that have been here. Many people have been here. I mean, when I say I've been here, many people have done the same thing that we're doing. It's not new. But what is important is that we finish it. Because if we do not finish, imagine you start a race. You start a race, or imagine people are on a race. They are on this race, but after a while, none of them finished. Okay? You see your country person, the person representing your country, he did not finish. You know what that means? It means he didn't even take last. He did not finish the race. There is no medal for those that did not finish. Somebody that even took fourth will not even get a medal, not to talk about the person that didn't finish. Now, for all those that participated, okay, the law of the race is that you must finish the race. Whether you participated, no matter how it is, even though you are the last, you will not give up. You must finish the race. That is it. If you start the race, you must finish it. Irrespective of the time it took you to finish it, you must complete it. But in the race to freedom, it's not everybody that might be able to complete it. Some might be willing, like the 28 that lost their lives in our leader's house, and many other people that have lost their lives. They didn't finish the struggle, but they committed their life to the struggle. It now beckons on those that are privy to finish the struggle. Those that have died, whether those that died this year, or those that died last year, or those that died a decade ago for the freedom of Biafra and the freedom of the people of Biafra, whether it is those on the coast or those of the hinterland. Everyone that has committed himself to the freedom of our people, irrespective of what caption he captioned it. All those that have died for the freedom of our people, we owe them the restoration of Biafra. The onus is on us to finish. It's not on them anymore. They have finished because they finished. They finished their life for the sake of freedom. So they finished their race. But those of us that are still alive and breathing, we owe those that died. The honor that we can give to them is to finish. If you get tired along the way, and you draw back because
gonna tell you my story now, and that taproom at Port Harcourt, you know. I got a city. A lovely place. Don't regret and to Johannesburg. I haven't got plenty money on me, but I was stranded in Port Harcourt, you know. If I happen to enter in a pop-house apartment, you just around me. They say they like me, they love me, they love me, they love my beautiful voice. Please sing another song, only song can do. Please sing another song, only song can do. I get too many honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. I get too many lips and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not but plate of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip, I'm only here for a business trip. Not but a country, no. A garden city. I love the place. Don't make my life to Johannesburg. If I happen to enter in a pub house, about 20 girls around me. Say they like me, they love me, they love me, they love my beautiful voice. Please sing another song, only song can do, my love. Please sing another song, only song can do. Too many honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. I get too many lips and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not but plenty of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip, I'm only here for a business trip. Sing another song, only song can do, my love. Please sing another song, only song can do. I used to know the honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. I used to many lips and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not.
Okay, thank you. I am sorry for that break in transmission. I'm sorry for that break in transmission. So we must continue. We must continue. So the whole goal, the crown of all efforts, the crown of all our efforts and all the efforts of those that have come before us is the restoration of Biafra. And how do you restore Biafra if along the way you give up? You know, so I was telling you about some people that said, oh, this person has misbehaved, this person has misbehaved. Why don't you stop? Are you still broadcasting? Are you still doing this? Why don't you leave it? My mindset have always been, why should I stop? Why did I start if I will stop? Why did I start? When the day I chose to be a member of IPOB, I did not choose to stop halfway. That day I did not make up my mind and say, oh, let us try this. If it doesn't work, we'll leave it. No. I did not choose to start and stop halfway. The only time I chose that I will stop is when Biafra is restored. Afterwards, we can choose whatever we want to do with our lives, however we want to live our lives, provided Biafra is restored and our dignity has been restored back to us. The dignity of the Biafran people, the labor of our heroes, as the zoo anthem will say, heroes past. Anybody that make himself a hero of the zoo is a waste. Because the zoo is man-made and the zoo is a fraud. The zoo is a fraud. And it is bound to fail, it is bound to be destroyed. Because you cannot water sand that doesn't have fruit inside of it. Nothing will grow there, except maybe grass. Nothing will grow. That's exactly what the zoo is. But those of us and those of our people that have come before us, that have invested themselves, that have invested their lives, invested their time to this movement, we owe them the restoration of Biafra. And how do we achieve that thing that we owe them? How do we achieve Biafra that we owe them? Is by consistently doing what we have always been doing. When somebody comes to you to change the system, to change the status quo, to change how things have been done, you say, no, we will get this thing by doing what we have been doing. Anything our leader did not tell you, anything our leader did not direct, if somebody come and say, oh, let us go this way, let us go that way, provided it is not according to the vision of our leader, you have drifted. It doesn't matter who that person is. You have drifted. And when you drift, that is not how to win. You don't win by starting and stopping. You win by continuing, keeping your gaze, putting your force. Provided you keep pushing, you can never fail. Provided we keep pushing, provided we keep doing all that we have been doing, we can never fail. But if you begin to draw back, you begin to say, oh, this one said this, this one said that, this one offended me, this one didn't do this one didn't do that. You know, there are some people that have issues with me that I broadcast on Biafra Radio or on the platforms of Biafra Radio. You see, there are some of us in this struggle. We have detached ourselves from anything that is not geared towards the restoration of Biafra. I personally, detach myself from everything because I have lots of things to do with my life. I have lots of things to do with my time. Okay? If I don't have anything to do at all, I will sleep and regain my strength for the ones that I've used. So, wasting time on frivolities is not my thing. Okay? Putting unnecessary effort on things that don't matter. No, it's not. Our leader is the one that instructed that I broadcast. Our leader gave the instruction that I broadcast. Even then, in community radio, some people had issues with it until they were asked, will you go against our leader's orders? Our leader said that he should broadcast on the radio, and you're fighting it. Some of them that you see blackmailing me now, it's not today. Even when there were no issues, when everybody was cool, they were angry that I was there broadcasting, or I was there to broadcast. Okay, so it's not new. It doesn't get me. I don't know why they are angry. So it's none of my business. So, and after we continue, we've been doing it. I've been doing exactly the instructions according to the way our leader put it. Broadcasting my conscience and broadcasting the truth as I say it. Some people did not have, some people had issues with it, and they had the power, and they said that, okay, they withdrew the access, they withdrew the power. But our leader's order is still there, and our leader gave an order for this radio to be set up. So, when our leader has given an order for this radio to be set up and the opportunity to continue in the work that we've been doing, then I'll now say no, because some people don't like some people here, and this one do not like this one. I will not broadcast. I will not use this platform. No, it's that's not the way. That's not the way I operate. If you like the gospel, you listen. If you don't like the gospel, you stay out. Okay? What we are doing is not for just you as an individual. Anyone that has committed his heart to this gospel, that has committed his heart to the restoration of Biafra, is not doing it for just the people that are alive today. We are doing it for the honor of those that have died, whether they died in battle during the genocide declared on Biafra in 1967 to 70, or they lived through it and died afterwards, or they lived through it and they are old, weak, and they can no longer fight. They can no longer continue. They don't have this strength that we have to do what we're doing. We are doing all we are doing because of the sacrifices that many people have paid. Do you know that some people, their families would never have known anything called poverty or hardship for generations and generations to come because of the work that their grandfathers and the fathers before them have made and put on ground in Biafra land? But these people became poor and they have to start from the scratch. Some of them are rich again, okay? But you know, one generation wealth and 3 generation wealth is not the same. Because when a man builds his wealth from 0 to 50, his son, and he trains the son on how he builds that his wealth, his son or his sons carries on, or his daughters carries on from that 50 and builds it. Maybe her strength or his strength is not enough to get to 50. Build it to 80. That she added 30 of her own efforts to that wealth. That is the second generation of 80. Then maybe the third generation that comes, he is so much endowed and he builds it even much more than the others have done and takes it to 150. Now, the person that is building his own wealth from the scratch, he is starting from 0. This other person, that is the fourth generation, is starting from 150. The wealth is not the same. Now, some people in Biafra land that came from such families of long wealth, they lost everything and everybody had to start from the scratch equally. That is a sacrifice that deserves any sacrifice whatsoever. Everybody lost everything. Everybody lost everything. So we must know that what we are doing is sacred. So the efforts you're making, you're not making these efforts because of the people that are alive today. So the people alive cannot make you to stop, or should not make you to stop. If the people alive make you to stop, then you have failed. You have failed. You're a failure. The people alive should not make you to stop. Or the people that are betraying the struggle should not make you to stop. Or those you think are betraying the struggle. Because sometimes we see in parts. I do not claim to be all righteous, but in this struggle, I have chosen to do my conscience. And if I see a lie, I say it is a lie. Okay? But irrespective of that, I do not lay claim to be the all righteous and say that, oh, it is only those I approve that are doing right. Okay? Oh, it is only those that I approve that are doing right. No. Whatever you do, if you do it well and it takes up it takes us one step to freedom, of course, I will appreciate it. I will appreciate it, irrespective of who you are. Because we are not here because of people. We are here because of the restoration of Biafra. And the restoration of Biafra is what we shall get. And I want to assure you that there are those that will never stop. No matter the pressure, no matter the challenges, there are those that will never stop. And those are the selected few. Our leader said that there are 100. There are those that will never stop, no matter the pressure, no matter the blackmail, no matter the suppression. Like as we are broadcasting now, Facebook is doing all, social media, they are doing all to make sure that this gospel is not going out, that people are not listening. But no matter the pressure, and I know these things are happening because some people are coming to these pages, okay? Some people are coming to these pages and reporting them. I know when we first started, the views that we get on a daily basis are far much more than the views that we have now. It's not because the people stopped listening, but it's because some evil genius, evil people are out there reporting every page that is saying the truth, so that Facebook will continue to suppress the page. Any page that is saying the truth, some people go ahead and begin to report them. What I will tell you is, never find yourself frustrate the efforts of somebody that is fighting for Biafra. Whether you think you're right or whether you think you're wrong, you see that somebody is making an effort towards the restoration of Biafra. This is not a personal fight. It's not personal banter. You should get this into your score. I'm not saying this just to Biafrans, irrespective of who you are, whether you're a Biafran or you're not a Biafran. If you put yourself in line against the restoration of Biafra, you have done yourself and the generations that shall come out of your loins a very great disfavor, because the creator of this world takes Biafra as a special project. Like as I was saying, the dead appeared to me and they told me squarely that they are counting on us to restore Biafra. And that was sometime last year. That they are counting on us. Of course, they are not here to do the work anymore. They're not here to do the work. They have gone. The work that they did cannot be lost. How can those works be lost? If we stop pushing, if we stop halfway, if every one of us stop halfway, and our leaders say, oh, look at all the people I've been fighting for, they have all stopped fighting. How do you encourage our leader where he is? How do you encourage our leader? You know, I really talk about finances and I never planned to. I want to talk to our people on the issue of finances. It is very, very simple. For those that are close to me, that report to me, you will know that issues concerning finances is very delicate. I take it very, very delicate. IPOB finance, especially is a special project that I have to handle and all that. But IPOB finance, I don't go near it. I direct you to those that are in charge of finance in Africa, the Africa Auditor General, and the finance head worldwide, Madam Nina. Once you're going to, oh, we have this thing, once your problem is geared towards finance, I bring you to their table because it is delicate. Now, why I'm saying this is because there are many people that do not understand the importance of finance in this movement and why some evil people have chosen to attack the finance department and attack the finance. Now, I am not here to defend the finance. That's not my duty. Okay? I'm not here to say that the finance departments have been doing so well. They are so good. Oh, blah, blah, blah. No. 100% no. The finance department, whether they are doing it well or they are not doing it well, they will report to our leader. You know, these things are very simple. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made this work very, very simple. Everything is well defined. It is so well defined that if somebody within the ranks is going out of his place to take decisions that are above his position, you are supposed to know as a member of IPOB, because these things are defined. Our leader never did all these things. Our leader never went, he never broke the ranks. Our leader doesn't break the ranks. Sometimes our leader will see things that are going wrong. He will wait for those that it is within their office to handle it. Even though the thing has reached his table, he will direct you to that officer. Say, go to that officer and handle it. Let this thing be fully handled properly. Let this thing follow the chain. Let it be fully handled by that officer. If the officer fails to handle it, that same officer will push it to the next officer. That is how it is done. That is what is called chain of command. So, but the finance department is not in that chain. Is on her own chain, on his own chain. So you are a leader here. You don't jump into there and begin to take decisions for the finance department. The finance department will give reports to our leader. So I am saying this to encourage our people. You don't begin to say, okay, I want to judge the finance department. Oh, blah, 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 because somebody have said this about the finance department. They are not doing that. Our leader is not dead. Our leader will be out. Whatever money that you deposit in the finance department, keep your records. Why? Peradventure, those people that are telling you negative things about the finance department, peradventure, they have drifted. Peradventure, they have gone astray. Any money you put within their coffers is lost. Why? Because according to the design, they are not owing you anything. The people that are owing you to give you report on finance is the finance department. They are the ones at the end of the day that will come back and give you reports. And if they fail to do that, when our leader comes, the matter will be presented before him and he is going to handle it. I, as an African rep, I will give my own report as African rep. And my report will not include finance because I have no business with finance. Likewise, everybody will give reports according to their office. So you carrying money to go and be given to people, money that is supposed to be given to finance department, you carry it away from the finance department. It is that is a personal decision. You are making a personal decision. Do not think that your money will be accounted for. What if tomorrow our leader comes out and say, oh, this person has not been doing what I have asked him to do, leave this office. Then you now come to our leader, oh, I gave that person this money. Who is going to account for that money? But if it is somebody within the finance department and you say, I dropped so amount of money in the finance department, blah, 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 and you have your records, and the money is not being used for what it was supposed to be used for, then that person can be held. But if it is outside the finance department, it can be said to be scam. I am saying this not because of the finance department, but because of our people, so that your head will be straight, so that you will not be confused. So that you will not be confused. If you have any personal project, or you form a group and there is a project that you want to handle, that one is different. You can put money there and handle it the way you want, That is a different matter. That is not, it is IPOB, it can be IPOB activity. The vision can be IPOB related, okay? But that is on a personal note. But the ones that are defined, the defined finances, okay, dues, blah, 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 all those things, it has to go through the finance department, where you get receipts and these monies can be accounted for. So don't because of the confusion of finances and many accounts flying all around, get discouraged and get deceived. I'm saying this in order to make you to understand, so that I don't get deceived. Okay? So that I don't get deceived. And this has nothing to do with the finance head. It has nothing to do with the finance head as an individual or not. This, I am telling you this as somebody that is experienced in IPOB. And that is how we operate. So, in case anybody is confusing you, I'm not telling you, I'm not directing you on who to follow, or who to listen to, or who to give reports to. If you are in Africa, I don't give report to me. It's none of my business. When our leader comes, I will report to him, the one that I'm supposed to report to him. Okay? How you report is left to you. I'm not telling you who to report to, but I'm only telling you what you can do. And now the essence, some people, because of this confusion, accounts here, some people have said, no, I will no longer pay in money into any accounts in IPOB. We'll be paying our money, but we'll keep it to ourselves. Now, I want you to understand this. There is no movement that can move without money. Money is usually the fuel of any movement. And all these victories of court cases that you're hearing about, okay, it is money. It is money that is being spent. It is money. It is not cheap. It's expensive. Just recently, the courts, the High Court in Enugu, stood firm and said that what the Nigerian state did was wrong. What the Nigerian contraption did to proscribe IPOB as a terrorist organization, that it was wrong, that IPOB have rights, that it is the inalienable right for anyone to stand up for his freedom. The freedom fighting is not a crime. Freedom fighting is not terrorism. Okay? We won that in courts. Many other cases that we have won before now. All the UN human rights group and all these things are money. All these things are money. You want our leader to be out, but you're not. Your money is not out. Then you're not serious enough. Now, where our leader is, it is the person that he gave authority to gather money, that he can authorize on what to use money for, where he is, which court case, which project, which this, what to use money for. It is our leader. It is the person that he gave that authority. You can imagine somebody that did not employ you or that did not assign you to a particular responsibility, he will now be, he do not assign you to gather money. What justification will he come and be asking you for money? For those that are asking you to give them money, do you think our leader will ask them for money for the court cases or for any project? Do you think that's where our leader operates? Of course, he will not ask them for such money. So it is the money that goes to the finance department that our leader can give orders on. Now, I am not saying by this, I am not saying that those other people that are gathering money, that they are not using it for the sake of IPOB. No, that's not what I'm saying, because I don't know what those monies are being used for. Okay, but I'm talking about authority. The finance department, it is an obligation on the finance department to release money on what our leader Mazi gives order for them to release money on. It is not a choice for them to make. They are under obligation to do that as a duty. Under obligation. If they do not do it, the money comes to them and a leader give order and they don't do it, they have broken the edge. And they will answer to it when time comes. So, is it not wiser to put your money where you know that this person will answer questions if this money is mismanaged, than to put your money where the question that person will answer will not be about money? For instance, I, as African rep, now begin to tell you all your monthly dues. This is the account you should put it. Transfer the monthly dues to this account. I now come to Africa now, and I begin to tell them, oh, in Africa now, this is our account in Africa. Transfer all the money I put in this account. I'm not talking about the one that the finance department will approve. Okay, before okay, this is the account finance department approve. I say, no, this is Africa's account. Put the money here. If you put that money there, fine. Okay, maybe I will use it for Biafra project, maybe not. But our leader will not come out and begin to ask me for that money, because he did not give me responsibility of money. He's not going to come out and begin to ask me for that money. What he gave me responsibility for is administration of Africa, of IPOB in Africa. So these things must be made clear, because they are very simple, but some people are confused. These things are very, very simple, but some people are confused. You should not be among those that are confused. Put your money where you have been putting your money before. This is not new. It's not now. You didn't just start putting your money there. Our leader was there. You were putting your money there. So why change? Why change? You've been putting money there. It is not new. Don't you think that now that our leader is going to need that money more? You know, for some people, this freedom is just a fair weather thing. Oh, we're doing it today. Oh, tomorrow we can relax. We can get tired. Some people have dedicated their whole life. I know of somebody that works day and night, and every little dime that he gets goes into IPOB. Every little dime he gets. He's not thinking about his own pleasure. Oh, I want to build mansion. I want to build this. Everything he gets goes into IPOB projects. Goes into IPOB for the restoration of Biafra. Such a person is not a fool. It is because he's a lover of freedom. Such a person is not a fool. So, I'm not saying that, oh, everybody every dime you make, you must put it in IPOB. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? That is his personal passion. But what I'm saying is that holding your money is of no benefit to the movement. So you might be meeting, you might be making comments on social media and all, but what is the impact that you're making? Most of our people in diaspora, your impact is your finance. And your impact has been making a whole impact. Your finance has been making a whole lot of impact, I must say. But that impact, if you will not impact, you're frustrating the movement. You may not know, but you're frustrating the movement. It means that some other people will have to pay more. There are some people that have gone borrowing to complete projects that you will see on social media and you will celebrate. To complete the money for projects that you will see on social media and you will be celebrating. Yes, we did it. But no, in your own tongue, you get it and say that you do not trust anybody. This is not a matter of trust. When you come out of this, when you come out for freedom, it's not about trusting this or trusting that or trusting this. We don't trust human beings, we trust the system. We trust the system. That is why I don't pick quarrels with people. If you misbehave, I might point you out and trash your misbehavior, and I will continue. It is the system, and this is why Africa is backward. I've noticed Africans are more focused on individuals, people, personalities. That's why Africa is backward. Meanwhile, in other parts of the world, people are more focused on the system of government being practiced, not about the president. What is the system? How is this system being run? Oh, in Africa, if the president is your brother, you can bend the rules to favor him. If he's your friend, if the person involved in this case is your friend, you can bend the rules to favor that person. When you bend rules, when you break rules, because of personal issues, you're not helping yourself as a citizen, you're not helping your country, you're not helping your people. And this is what we in IPOB, in this movement for the restoration of Biafra, this is what we must learn. Because if we do not learn this, when Biafra is restored, we might also begin to make the kind of mistakes that many African countries are making today. We cannot afford to make such mistakes. It is not about people. It is not about individuals. It is about the system. What is the system of practice? Has the system changed? Why did I have issues with certain people? It's not their face. Some of them, I don't even know how they look like. I've never seen them before. Some of the people were working together. I've never seen them. I don't know how they look like. We've never met in person. We've never even made video calls before. Never seen our faces. Though maybe some of them have seen my face, but I've never seen many of their faces before. But we work together. But when the systems start changing, I became uncomfortable. You should not become uncomfortable with people. Be comfortable or uncomfortable with only the system. If the system doesn't change who is in that position, the person will do well. When Mazi was here and following, and everybody was obligated to follow the system according to the design, were we not making progress? Were people jumping from one place to the other? Everybody was focused. The passion was strong and following the course. But when some begin to change the system, and you ask them, why did you change the system? They'll say that because this person was gossiping here. That's why we have to change the system. Because of one individual, you change the whole system of practice. And everybody will clap. Why? It is this particular person. This person. It is because it is this individual. No. It's not about individuals. It's not about individuals. It's not about people. That is why I'm not interested in your love or your hate. Whether you love me or you hate me, in this movement, it's none of my business. My business is, are you doing what you are supposed to do? If you love me, fine. I like it. If you hate it, it doesn't matter to me. But the question is, your duty to IPOB, your duty to the restoration of Biafra, are you doing it? If you are doing your duty to the restoration of Biafra, what is my business with your hatred? I have no business with your hatred because I'm not doing anything with it. It's not giving me money. Your hatred is not giving me money. It's not taking money away from me. So I have no business with your hatred. It's not making me taller or shorter. It's not making me fatter or slimmer. So it doesn't bug me. If you love me, fine. After all, the meaning of my name is love. Maybe that's why it's difficult for me to begin to hate on people. TARI means love, in case you don't know. You can ask any Zon person if you're not a Zon. TARI means love. Though in other dialects, it means first. So you can either say first or love, because love actually comes first. So, but what we are saying in all this is that we must put our house together and put our gaze on the goal, because that is all we have. We must put our gaze on the goal. You see, if you do not put your focus on the medal, which is the restoration of Biafra, we might just be here for much longer time. I'm telling you, we might just be here for much longer time if many people continue to misbehave and continue to draw back. It's not about those that betray the struggle, or those that are not doing it right, or those that that choose to go a different way. One thing with this struggle is that the spirit of the Creator is leading this movement. So what is important is that you that know the right thing to do, continue doing what you are doing, provided the people that are doing what they are supposed to do. This movement can never stop. This movement can fall until the restoration of Biafra. That is why the enemies know that they cannot stop this movement. That is why what they have done is to sponsor distractions. To sponsor distractions, to get you distracted out of it. And when there are many distractions, the people with fire will begin to reduce their fire. Their fire will begin to reduce. For example, look at Palestine. The Palestine-Israel clash, blah, blah, blah. Palestine, they were under Britain, as well as Israel. They were all together under Britain. And when they wanted to get independence, the agreement, Palestine wants the whole space for themselves. Israel wants the whole space. Of course, the history is long. There was a time that whole space is Israel. And colonizers came and took the owners of the land and renamed the place Palestine. So that place became named and known as Palestine for almost 2,000 years. Before the owners, whether you say, oh, they are not the people that used to be there and all of that, they are the ones that we are seeing now. They came back and they said that they want to go back to their ancient name. Just as they are saying, they want to go back to our ancient name, Biafra. And the people that are not from that lineage that came there and have been living for God knows how long, hundreds of years, they said no. So they were not clash. Everybody wants the land for themselves. Everybody wants sovereignty and they want the whole land. The UN, Britain, and all US, they all came together and said, okay, let us have a way to settle this. Palestine, take this area. Israel, take this area. Let us settle this whole dispute this way. Palestine said no. Israel accepted. Palestine said no. You said no. You don't want them. You don't want them to be free. And Israel declared independence, and they started fighting. They started fighting Israel, and Israel prevailed. So then the fight has continued. Many different occasions have been offered. Okay, can we have this? Can we settle this in this manner? No. These people must leave this entirely. Let us have the whole place for ourselves. And it's not possible. The people are telling you that they've been there before the name Palestine. The place was named Palestine. Okay, so the history is deep. And that's not discussing that whole fighting over there. So these people have just chosen fight instead of freedom, because there are many occasions, on different occasions, whereby about 5 to 10 times whereby they've been given the opportunity to have sovereignty. But no, they want more. Instead, they're not focused. Instead, they just keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. We in IPOB, we came to finish the fight that our fathers and those that came before us fought. We didn't come here to just keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. We came to restore Biafra. That is the goal. And we must, and we will. Even though we are remaining only 3, we will restore Biafra. Even though we are remaining only 3 people that are focused, we will restore Biafra. But the question is, will you be among? The question is, will you be among? Will you be among those that shall hold together? The fact that you started and you are still alive, you are still breathing, you did not die. The enemies did not succeed in killing you like they did to others. Like our brother Mazi, that the enemies killed, and people that are supposed to cry out and say, you have killed our person. Instead, turned it up and said that he's somewhere else, that he's not dead. Till today, we have not seen him. That's somewhere else. We have not seen him till today. And many others. So you are alive. You're not dead. And you're dragging feet. You're dragging feet. What are you going to explain to the dead if they approach you? What are you going to explain to the dead? Maybe that's why they approached me, because they know that we are going to face these kind of challenges. They approached me early enough. They approached me. The dead approached me. Yes. You know, when we talk like this, some people will think maybe he has gone mad, but you should know that not everybody in this movement is ordinary. We are not ordinary. Most people that are in this movement are not ordinary. We don't just we didn't just wake up and say we want to fight for freedom. That is why our passion cannot diminish, because we're not looking at people. We're not looking at individuals. We're not looking at what you're doing or what you're not doing, what you're doing right or what you're not doing right. Our goal is simple. Do your duty. Give what you have. Teach what you can teach. Expose what you can expose. And carry on with the work. We're rounding up with the broadcast for today. You should know the reason why we are fighting. It's not because we want to have one big name. The reason why we are fighting is for everyone to be free. Whether the good or the bad. Whether those that betray or those that stand firm. We want everyone to be free. Because when your country is free, you are free. Why is it that there are no black men have no respect anywhere in this world? Because there is no black country that is free. There was a time that the world used to play on the heads of the Chinese. But now if you see a Chinese, you must respect him. Because China has stood up. There were times where the world used to play on the heads of the Indians. But today, if you see an Indian, you must respect him because his country has stood up. Now, Africa is a continent. The black race is a race. But the Caucasians, most especially Britain, France, Germany, the United States, and some other nations of the Caucasians, run by the Caucasians, they have sworn that no country of black men will never be free. But they're not God. Our leader said that Biafra shall be the last miracle on earth. When the powers that be in the world make a decision and say, this thing will never happen. For that thing to happen, it has to be a miracle. And our leader's words have never fallen. Everything he has said has happened. Everything our leader has said has happened. His words have never fallen to the ground. All his words come to pass. And this also will come to pass. You should know that we are getting very, very close to the restoration of Biafra, because at the point where we are, our lawyers have done so much work. They have worked so hard, given us so much results, that at this point in time, Nigeria have no choice but to release Mazi and sit on a round table with him. And if Nigeria refuses to release Mazi with all the evidences and the court cases, all the proofs that we have, that what we are doing is a legitimate fight. We have every right to take up arms against Nigeria and declare, not really to take up arms against Nigeria, but every right to declare the freedom of Biafra every justifiable right to declare the territory of Biafra out of the zoo called Nigeria. To declare that Biafra is now a free state. And anybody that challenges it will stand to that person. For some of you that have been saying, oh, these court cases don't matter, blah, 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 they matter. These are the documents. These are the documents that will back up any claim. In case you are saying, oh, we need to fight, like all those people that are in a hurry to fight and calling for war. It's okay, it's not bad. The zoo have killed us a lot. So when I see people doing all that, calling for war and all and declaring that there's war already with the zoo, I don't blame them because the zoo have killed us enough. But you should understand that the work that our lawyers have done already, not to talk about the ones that we are still waiting, but the ones that have been done already. These are enough documents to back up any claim. Right now, nobody can say that IPOB is a terrorist organization. You have to pay a lot of fine if you say that. All those news stations, all those newspaper companies that used to say they prescribe, if you do it now, we can take you to court and you will pay IPOB a whole lot of fine. You will pay through your nose. Of course, you will. You will pay a whole lot of fine if you do that. So we have advanced. We have advanced. The zoo do not have a choice. It is not in the hand of the zoo. Our fate is no longer in the hands of the zoo. Our fate is in our own hands. It's not in the hands of the zoo. Our fate is in our own hands. And that's why the zoo have no choice but to release our leader. On that 15th, the zoo have no choice but to give a fair judgment. This is not the kind of case that you can play around like the Peter Obi case. We told them, we told the people that call themselves obedient, blah, blah, blah. We told them from the very beginning that they are only a distraction to the Biafra movement. Have they not calmed down now? We told them they will calm down. Have they not calmed down? Because I saw it, they don't have the drive, they don't have the guts to face the zoo. They don't have the guts. And you are still on the track of the zoo. That is the, what's it called? Elections and all that. You're still on the track of the zoo. You are in their mouth. They can control it. It is their field. It's just like two clubs playing and you're going to play in your opponent's stadium. Definitely this is his field, his practice field. He has an advantage over you. You want to play with a beast and you're going with the face of a girl. You're not serious, you'll be torn apart. You want to play with a beast, you have to go in the face of a beast. And that is why IPOB have come in the face of a beast. In the face of the dragon. At this juncture, we shall be calling it a day. Thank you very much for listening. This is the program Voice of the Coast on Biafra Radio. Biafra Radio app. We are not there yet for now. And subsequent broadcasts, we shall be broadcasting on the Biafra Radio app in maybe time to come. because we are still putting some things in place. Okay? So do well to share this broadcast, so those that were not able to listen live will be able to listen after we are done. Thank you very much for listening. My name remains Kimiowei TARI NEMI, and by the special grace of Elohim, I am the African representative of the indigenous people of Biafra. Thank you very much. God bless you.